back.
Number 4.
Hi. Wow, we've come this far.
Yeah.
We're going to say that every single episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be, wow, 4 episodes already.
Yep. Yep. Sorry, let me get...
Oh, no. Already?
Yeah, well, it's always a little bit of a adjustment. The level of enthusiasm reaches the pinnacle, and then we get a little bit more loud and a little bit more gregarious and excited.
It's because we're gay.
Yeah.
We're gays.
We're gays. Welcome. Welcome to being gay.
We just ruined sound equipment.
That's actually going to be a huge topic of conversation today.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I don't...
Well, I had my friend Peter I've told you about.
Yes.
He really wanted me to talk about that. And I wanted to talk about it too, because there was something you sent to me, and then we'll get into it. We're gonna start.
Do we have beef right now?
We don't have beef.
Take a frickin' hint.
But we do. We don't have beef. Well,
Why didn't you tell me?
because that's the whole point of the show, is that I don't tell you what the fuck I'm going to talk about.
What?
And then we just start talking about it.
We had great communication skills.
But first, I want to jump into a clip. This is a light clip.
Okay, good. We'll start off light.
Uh-oh.
Less people on the slick roads.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
I love her so much.
I saw this maybe on Twitter or Tumblr or something. Mm-hmm. God, she's an icon. I want to be like her.
Could you do me a favor really quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Can you tilt me up just a teeny bit? Oh. I know. I'm sorry.
Hold this, please.
Yes. Yeah, I need to make sure that my whole... Oh, what?
Wait, where's the... That's a little better.
Thank you, pal. Yeah, perfect. I just... it was like kind of... I was a little bit cut off. So anyway, let's get back into it. So
I didn't position that camera, did I? That's interesting.
Fuck off. So I want to just...
Weekend wave of snow will mean less people on the slick roads.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
She is my favorite person on planet Earth.
Where are her teeth?
Does she not have
She
any?
didn't show any.
Do you think that it's one of those things where she doesn't... she doesn't show the teeth, or...
No, I don't think she... I think she just talks with her lips closed. Like
Fat and sassy.
fat and sassy.
She is the happiest... Like, for how she looks, and I imagine what her life is like, she is the happiest person.
I strive.
There's like a light dusting of snow, and she's excited that she can sit inside and eat soup.
Oh, man. It's the little things.
I would love to get up to a point in my life where eating soup is enough. Wouldn't that be great?
It'd be so great. I mean, what is enough for you right now? Do you have it?
No, because I think
not
that
fat and sassy.
I think that once you have enough, eating soups and breads is enough.
Don't do the accent.
Cook some soups.
Cook some soups and get all fat and sassy.
She just has no care for much else in the world.
You know, I always look at people like this, and I wonder. So she's. I'm trying to think. Okay, I don't want to be too mean. So
Hey,
she gets up, and she's past that point where people like she's gonna get male attention, right? I mean, what do you think she was like when she was 19 years old? I'm gonna kind of back
she
up
was
a little
19.
bit.
I think she was a lot of fun. I think she was the fun girl.
Yeah.
I think she's tired out.
Yeah.
She had all of her fun through her up until like her 30s. Then she got married. She probably has kids. Grandkids?
Oh, she certainly does, yeah.
Like, pretty young grandkids at this point. Mm-hmm. But she's the favorite grandma.
What makes you say that?
Look at her. Listen to her.
Yeah, she does seem like... But do you think that it's that thing where it's like generations go on a bit, and the grandchildren are not this, and so this is kooky grandma who's super Southern? They're all metropolitan and cute and live in... I don't know, Durham, Raleigh.
Yeah, their hair isn't gray; it's salt and pepper.
These
Are we talking about the old people or their grandchildren?
the grandchildren.
Oh, well, their hair is salt and pepper too.
Yeah,
it's the look.
They've seen things. It turned it a nice shade of salt and pepper, which she will then add to her soups. Because she puts
trims.
She puts hair in her soup. I don't know. I just okay. Anyway, my point to that preamble is that she's got a bit of an outfit on, and so I wonder. It's one of those things where do you think that she? Do you think that she? Well, because look at Courtney here, who
she's so cute.
Courtney Francisco is kicking ass.
Cornelius, is that where she is?
Yeah. Well, I think it's North Carolina.
Okay,
but then you got so that contrasted then with this
red and blue, Republican and Democrat. This is the bipartisan effort that we need.
This is what equality. This is what equality looks like. This is equality. This is one nation
under
united.
Oh,
not under God, John. How dare you?
Thought that's where you were going.
You're
Such a religious man.
I think you know me, and then you say things like that.
I know, but you also have beef with me right now.
I do.
That you aren't telling me about.
What is the beef that I have with you?
It's the whatever we're going to talk about later that I don't know about.
We'll get to it. I wish that she was my neighbor.
That would be great, actually. I feel like she would be if you lived in, like Mississippi or North Carolina, one of the Carolinas.
Yeah. Well, she when I lived in North Carolina, there was a lot of this.
Of her.
Yeah. And it's weird. So they're friendly, but there's that show Fargo that's on TV. I know you've not seen it, but there's one of the main villains in the second season is talking about how everyone in the Midwest is nice to you as if they're doing you a favor. And it's kind of the same thing. It's that sweetness, but it's still like, bless your heart.
Oh my God.
You know? Where it's just so passive aggressive, but it could be taken as actual sweetness, but you don't really know.
Right. Bless his heart or like bless her heart is it is a passive aggressive comment, but
yes.
it's backhanded in that it's nice. It sounds sweet, but you could say that about anything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that idiot, bless his heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he got bone cancer. Bless his heart. What does that even mean? Because they would say that.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, that's going to do a lot of good for his bone cancer in this hypothetical scenario. Anyway, Shirley Nash kicking ass.
Nash. Oh.
Okay, so this next clip I'm gonna set up. So for some reason, and I'm starting to think this is a conspiracy on Google, I keep getting recommended this Comedy Central show it's terrible. It's called The Opposition with Jordan Klepper. I think that's his name.
Okay.
And it's basically just Stephen Colbert's old show, but worse. So he plays a conservative character. So this particular segment, now really quickly, similar to last week.
Oh no, is this?
I need to limber up my mind before we hop into this.
Don't pour that in your water, please. Don't.
What? That's not what I'm going to do. If I can actually get this
Where are you
open.
going to put it?
You'll see what I'm going to do with it. So
talk to me like that.
So this is this terrible unfunny show, and I'm already setting you up to feel a certain way about it. So if you like it, please tell me. But it's got a gay segment going on.
Gay? Ooh.
And so in solidarity with that, I'm gonna
that is foul. That is foul. Don't do this.
So
no, with a straw?
Yeah,
that's foul.
A pink bendy straw.
That's foul.
So we're gonna move into this really quickly. Let me make sure I have it.
One sip. You can't be burping that much already.
Okay, here we go.
Oh no.
Last week, everyone was talking about the World
I know this guy.
Economic
I've seen him
Forum.
before.
You know it, the globalist, elitist, insider fest over in Davos, Switzerland. A terrifying country where all the knives are also tweezers. Oof. But this
Did you laugh?
billionaire circle jerk wasn't just all about that cash
I did not.
money. There was also a dangerous study released there by the gay rights organization GLAAD that said for the first time since 2014, Americans are less comfortable with their LGBT neighbors. And the number of LGBT Americans who reported experiencing discrimination jumped by 11 points. As I said, this is dangerous stuff. And not just because jumping is a leading cause of shin explosions.
What does that mean?
Sean, I don't even. Okay, so there's a lot of things in this.
Wait, what's a shin explosion? Did I miss a reference?
I don't know. I think he's going for this is how we talk to each other as gays. But so the big part of this already is they throw out a lot of numbers, and my gut kept telling me, how did you get this data? Mm-hmm. Like, how would he possibly know that people are less comfortable with their who's the person that has some psycho come by in a clipboard?
Oh no.
Please hold.
Oh god, I can smell the bourbon like all the way over here. Through the straw, I can just like smell it.
That was very interesting.
What happened? Did you like see it stop?
Yeah. Well, it
no.
went to sleep, and I don't know why.
Oh. Do we want to go on a quick...
Yeah, let's take a little break ski.
Sweet.
Okay, sorry about that.
It happens.
Okay, good. I'm actually recording. I don't really know what happened to my camera, but anyway, we'll get back into where we are. I'm going to take another...
Oh, please don't. I have to be around that mouth leader.
Yes, you do. Okay, so...
Yeah, where were we? Shin explosions?
Yeah.
That's an embarrassing word. What does that mean?
I do not know what he was going for. Oh, so what I was saying is I don't know where they're getting... So what psycho goes around with a clipboard?
Survey.
And then what psycho goes, now that Trump's in office, my gay neighbors really gross me out.
Totally.
And this is like... It's a bad hyperbolic movie he's creating if this is reality, because I suspect that it isn't. But there are a few numbers in here I do want to talk about that they'll get to. But you'll see what's about to happen. Sean I'm
gonna love it.
Yeah, here we go.
Now this is why the left is going to unfairly blame President Trump for this backslide of gay and trans acceptance. Just because the Trump administration says employers can fire people for being gay, and Trump tried to ban trans people from the military in a tweet, and Trump's vice president said gay couples are a sign of societal collapse. Hey, little things. But, like I told that postal worker who said I needed a stamp.
So I want to preface really quickly, my stance is all that stuff is disgusting. Obviously. That's the implied.
Duh.
But I will not react until legislation is trying to be created. As far as the trans people in the military thing happened, that one's complicated, and I don't know if anyone's ever told you this angle on it. So I think of it from a health perspective. If you have asthma, you can't join the military. So if you're on a large dose of hormones, they're not really going to want to let you in either. But if you're already transitioned, but I don't know, I think you still have to take that stuff. If you're taking high blood pressure medication, you can't join the military. So, again, Trump's tact on that one was stupid. If he would have taken that angle, maybe people would have been more receptive.
Oh, totally.
But probably
but he
not.
Didn't
because
take
he's
that
a moron.
angle. Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, it's just it's the fact that people react to it the way that they do is anyway.
Well, I mean, any reaction that's extreme is bad. It causes more harm than help.
Of course.
I'm really excited to see where he goes with this, because I'm not laughing. I don't know what. Wait, you said he's supposed to be conservative?
He's playing exactly Stephen Colbert's character, but when he was on.
Gosh.
Yeah, and this leads into the comedy vacuum that is the Daily Show now.
Oh bother.
Yeah, but I don't, Sean.
So
this is
bored.
this is not the kind of stuff I watch, and I literally have said not interested on YouTube.
Oh, they want you
75 times, and they keep recommending his stuff. So now I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to play one of these fucking videos on this podcast. All right. So anyway, let's let this keep going.
Yeah.
Up on my letter, I'm not buying it. There's only one group of people to blame for gay people suffering. Explain it, Alex Jones.
The gay community, they have the highest level of suicide globally of any group. And it's not because folks are being mean to them. It's because that community's being mean to them. I've had friends, family, neighbors that are gay. You go to their party, they're being meaner than hell to each other. I mean, it's, a lot of gay people are really mean.
Yes, yes.
Jordan, why are you so mean to me? Jordan!
You know what sucks about that, too? Is I actually agree. That
Jordan! With Alex Jones.
That
You agree?
that gay people are fucking mean to each other.
Okay,
Crazy
yeah, I
mean.
think...
And critical and judgy and gross
All
and
right,
catty.
all right.
Yeah, it sucks when it's coming out of the guy that says the frogs are gay.
Stop.
But I mean, there's a kernel of truth, and I mean his number about it being that it's I know the suicide rate's really high. I don't know if it's the highest. I mean, men's the highest. I know that for a fact, but I'm not really sure if it's easily quantifiable to say that it's gay men in particular. Although that's a safe assumption. But anyway, it's just this thing that someone like Alex Jones is so laughed into memedom, similar to Trump, that if they say something that actually makes sense, it's
Well, he becomes less credible.
yeah, well, which he should. But
If you spewed bullshit all day, and then one time out of the 100, like one thing out of 100 things that you said was right, nobody's gonna believe you.
you know how we got to keep this boat afloat? Get male vitality pills.
Oh God!
It'll make
her ass with my special claw.
That's right. He sells the claws.
Oh my God!
It'll make your dick 7 inches bigger. All right.
Oh.
Here we go.
That's it. Yes, gays are mean to each other, and that's why their suicide rate is so high. Jones must be right, because his site InfoWars had 4.2 million visitors last month, i.e. 4 Rhode Islands, 2.5 Idahos, or 1 Trump rally, according to Trump. See, I don't get why the gays are so angry. They have the world on a platter right now. Modern Family is on like 50 times a week. Josh, Aaron, come agree with me.
Yeah, obviously we will, Jordan. Alex Jones has
are
his
these
finger firmly on the throbbing pulse of gay America.
Yeah, and we should know because we're...
So this segment in which we want to actually speak highly of gay people, we're going to get 2 effeminate stereotypes to make jokes about gay
There's
people.
nothing wrong with being effeminate and gay.
But these people are playing characters.
That is true. You got me there, but I think your point first being that they're effeminate gays is a little...
But you'll see the whole character they're cultivating is that catty...
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen this, so I don't know.
Sorry, let me just let it go.
the gay friends, family, and neighbors he's talking about.
Yes, and can I just say, you haven't been to a barbecue until you've been to one at Alex's house. He doesn't allow vegetables, or water, or foreign mustards.
Or foreign mustard.
Okay, don't
I
step
liked
on
that
my
joke.
line.
That was
We
funny.
agreed that I should say the last.
Okay, but then I agreed that I should say it.
Well, we...
So I like the visual of just eating meat and not having any option to drink water. That's funny to me. So that was the one where I actually did kind of go. I did one of those laughs. That's about
You're
what I got.
so miserable. But you have your own misery.
Do you, because I watch this and suffer, or because
Yes.
or because I
That's-
don't find it
you
funny? Because
already
you don't
said
find
it.
it funny either.
No, I don't, but I don't watch this.
YouTube didn't give me a choice.
Oh.
I'd watched every video about how much of a garbage person Logan Paul is, and then this was all that was left. So now I'm stuck watching this. in
This
my
is
free time.
the only video left on YouTube.
This was pretty much it.
You torture yourself.
I watched everything. I watched cats riding Roombas, and now it's this. So
See that? Why isn't that one of our clips?
that I probably should have brought more levity.
Thank you.
I will tell the audience now. The last clip, it is so good.
Some cool fucking snacks.
Way better than Cool Fucking
Oh,
Snacks.
really?
Yes. But anyway, we'll get to that in a little while here. But let's resume.
all agreed that you're a no-talent ham.
Audible gas.
Okay. You guys, you want to take a minute?
Oh my God, we were being mean, weren't we? Don't worry, Jordan, we're just gay.
Yeah, we would never be mean to you. You're so sweet and straight, and to be clear, in no way complicit in creating a culture that adds to the stress of being gay in America.
Okay.
So not only are we this character, but we're also so sensitive and delicate that a conservative would make us want to kill ourselves, is what they're saying. just like, what? So this is obviously a show with an agenda that is supposed to be pandering to us, right? You and I as gay people, but it's failing miserably.
Oh, but people enjoyed this. How many views did it have?
How could you be gay and be okay with this?
Well, it's a delusion kind of thing. I mean, you see through it, I see through it, but a lot of people don't.
They need
a lot
to
of people
start
see
seeing
this
through
and
it.
don't see it as high school theater. Because that's what it sounds like, high school theater.
I am more offended by this. I'm so offended by...
No offense to high school theater students. I was one.
How
Sorry.
How dare you? I'm so offended by this in the sense that if my neighbor were to call me a faggot, I would think big words, tough guy,
Big
cute,
words, yeah.
adorable. It's adorable. It's so ridiculous that it's a caricature to me. If there's no violence behind it, I can just water off my back. No issue. Being used for ratings as a pawn is so much more offensive to me. I don't know. This is really it for me. I'm skeptical.
Is yours recording?
I hope so.
I don't see a red light or a red dot.
What? Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna get so much of me.
Yeah.
Just all me.
Please hold. Talk for a second, Sean.
Ugh. Well, I hope you guys enjoy watching just me. Do you want to take your headphones off? You're gonna you're gonna run and then it's gonna pull you back and you're gonna flip onto the ground. I mean, what I'm saying about the high school theater thing is that so much of this caricature that they're putting on for each person is so high school. It's not creative. Just on like a general neutral standpoint, it's not creative. And careful with your mic. It's not very creative. Being the effeminate gay character is a lot of fun in high school, and it doesn't translate to adult media like this.
No, and it's hacky.
Yeah, exactly.
It's massively hacky, and
Which is acceptable in middle school and high school.
right. But this is the group that is supposed to be our team. Mm-hmm. How?
I know.
So they get into something actually really... So let me let it go for a second.
Thank you. You know, it really is clear that gay-on-gay crime is the beginning and end of gay people's problems. I mean, I once accidentally walked into a gay bar, and a gin and tonic was $14. You people are so cruel to one another.
Yeah. Your snap judgment about gay culture is 100% correct.
That's pretty true.
Now, of course, the lefty snowflakes want to wave around all sorts of flimsy statistics for why the gay suicide rate is so high.
I swear, if I had a nickel for every time some lib brought up a stat, I'd pay my rent in coins every month.
Wait, you have to pay rent every month?
Yeah, don't you read your lease?
Wait, you have to read your lease every month?
Oh my God, you are dumb as a dish rag. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I was born this way. Mean as a poodle in a tutu.
I love the dead air after every pause.
It's just unbelievable. This is on TV.
It is. But TV's dying, so
I wonder why. Okay.
All gays are mean, you squawking idiot. That's why they're suicidal. And it's not because gay teens are 140% more likely to skip school because they've been bullied.
Obviously not, you soaking wet iPhone in a bowl of rice. And it's definitely not because LGBT youth have a 120% increased risk of experiencing homelessness.
But that's not nearly as irrelevant as the fact that LGBT youth are twice as likely to say they have been physically assaulted, your diet is trash, and your nail beds are terrible.
Okay, well, how about the fact that 47% of trans people are sexually assaulted at some point in their lifetimes, you glue-huffing, shrunken Mick Jagger?
How about the new report that anti-LGBT homicides went up 86% last year, you stretch-neck, rough draft Jared Kush?
Okay, so that's the statistic I wanted to talk about.
okay.
So this was really massively peculiar to me. So when I heard that number, all the rest of them, like saying things went up 140%, how does that even work? Like it means it more than doubled, I guess is what they're saying. I tried really hard to find really reliable resources on these statistics, and I couldn't. But the one that last one really stood out to me, and here's why. So, a lot of those deaths can be explained. There were about 17 to 20 of them that can be, which out of there's a little bit less than 100. 17 to 20, it was gay people who died, but they didn't catch the person that killed them, and so there was no motive saying the person died because they were gay, which I think is important. However, in 2016, they didn't count the Pulse nightclub shooting as gay deaths. Those 49 deaths are not a part of the statistic for 2016.
Gosh.
So if that were included, it would have dropped about 75-80%. So, but why they don't count those 49?
What do you mean it would have dropped?
Because it would have been 49 more deaths on top of, I think there were about 35 to 38. I wish I had the exact number written down, but it was lower than you'd think. Number of gay people that had died because they were gay or had been murdered, rather. But they didn't count the 49 deaths that happened at Pulse. Why?
Wouldn't it go up? I don't know what... I'm missing some math here.
My math is that in 2016, if they had included those 49 deaths, then 2017, the deaths would have dropped.
Oh,
because
from
the number
year to year,
would have been
that
so
is.
astronomically high. So their number of saying that it doubled in went up 87% in 2017 is totally inaccurate.
Okay.
And it's a fucking lie.
Oh.
Like
I think you have a lot of anger.
I do, because this pisses me off, because gay people can watch this and be so uninformed, and it's the boogeyman thing, where they want us to think that because Trump, who, spoiler alert, is a monster and he sucks, and I wish he wasn't our president, but this invisible boogeyman, it is now scarier to be gay, and I have to run serpentine to get my mail. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And I think that it's dangerous, and it's hurting us. It's hurting our cause. Because show me some kind of legislation. Give me a law that is going to happen that is going to make our life worse because we're gay, and I will be on the front lines ready to die for it. But it isn't there. You have created this boogeyman that doesn't fucking exist, and it's being shoved down our throat by horseshit like this. And people watch this and think this is true, but this is so irresponsible because they spit out these false statistics, and people go, yeah, that's scary. I'm scared now to be gay. And you want to know why gay kids kill themselves? Fucking this.
Jordan, earlier you were saying that you're somewhat of a steamroller. And I definitely think that's coming through right now.
Well, I mean, do you disagree?
No, but I think you could approach it a little bit sweeter than that. I don't think you need to, because they're not going to hear this. I mean, the people who need to hear this won't hear this.
Well,
and there's no point in busting a vein.
But this really did make me, I think, because
it makes me angry too.
The subject matter is what pisses me off, because it's about gay suicides or queer suicides, whatever you want to say. And they are perpetuating a culture of fear that is so massively irresponsible and dishonest. If you want to know why people kill themselves, it's because they're fucking scared. And this is supposed to be our entertainment that's on our side, and it's lying to us.
Instead, it's scaring the young people, the young queer people. It's scary statistics, and of course, it's not helping much.
No,
to guide young queer people into believing these things.
The next clip is going to sort of touch on this a bit as well, but it's that thing where, okay, it is.
Mind. Okay.
You say we have this problem. Got it. Tell me what the solution is. Don't give me empty platitudes about...
Yeah, that's what a lot of these things are. They offer you things that you can't do anything with.
Right.
They offer you information that may affect your mental state, but there's nothing to do about them. Or they offer no solutions. They offer no help. They offer no ways you can help.
Right.
Unless at the end of this clip, they talk about donating to gay people in Chechnya.
Well, let's find out.
Okay, you JCPenney model reject.
Eat a hole, dumbass!
Oh, we are so mean.
Guys!
I know this is a serious argument, but we have to keep the show moving.
Oh my God, so sorry. Is there somewhere else we can go to finish this?
Yeah, I think that room with all the brooms and mops is empty.
Oh, the closet? Perfect. We'll just go back into the closet.
Yes, okay, yes. I'm very comfortable with that.
Yeah, it
yes.
would definitely be
So
easier
on the
for
nose.
you and Trump and society if we just took care of this ourselves.
Yes, great.
Okay,
Great.
now, as I was saying, you are wrong.
You're very poor.
Okay.
Very poor. That's a funny insult.
There was
like that
the
one.
mustard I liked. Before they then jumped, like they pounced on that joke with him saying that he wanted to say the joke and it ruined it. It's sort of the Ghostbusters movie problem where they couldn't let a joke breathe. It was like they would tell a joke and then blah, 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 and someone else would jump on the joke.
Of course.
They just wouldn't let it sit for a second and actually have some life and some oxygen. They would just jump on it. The 2016 Ghostbusters, by the way, not the old one. The old one's a masterpiece.
Whoa!
The original
Can you
one.
really say that?
Yeah, it's a perfect movie.
Perfect.
Yeah, the original Ghostbusters is a perfect movie.
Interesting.
It's perfect in every way.
I just like one was a male cast and one was a female cast, and you're saying that the male cast was the perfect movie, but the female cast.
Well,
was horseshit.
Let's
Let's unpack that.
That's such a queer academic thing to say. Now
Let's unpack that.
There is no difference between sexes. Let's unpack that really quick. And you're like, wait, what? Okay, so Sigourney Weaver in the original one, she was in the symphony orchestra, had her own life and a baby, and was awesome and the most powerful character pretty much in the whole movie. Peter Venkman, Bill Murray, was selfish and greedy. Egon was borderline autistic. Winston was just the cool black guy that, came along for the ride. Same with Patty in the new one. I mean, she's like an MTA worker. It was she did not have any science background at all. And then in the new one, we have 3 women who are borderline competent, and then Chris Hemsworth, who is borderline retarded. They make a loud noise and he covers his eyes, and they go, "Oh, he's covering his eyes. He's
too loud.
He's so stupid."
Sensory overload. There's a logical explanation for that. It's too much. All my senses are just so overstimulated that I have to get rid of one. I figured I would just cover my eyes.
Good old Chris Helmsworth.
Hem. Like your pants. Can you please stop sipping from your bourbon whiskey? Fucking.
Well, I'm curious if it's gonna make me angrier or.
Well, you already were pretty angry.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just got a little scared. I've never seen you so mad.
Let's.
No nipples.
See, that's making me scared. You're so mean. As a gay person, I'm gonna be another statistic.
You think so? That you're gonna end up getting killed by me?
Yes.
Okay.
No. That I'm gonna. Let's stop.
All right. So this one's hard. This one's hard.
No, Jordan. Why do you do this to yourself? Why can't we have fun?
We will have fun.
We never have fun anymore.
I really because I really wanted to talk about this issue, and then we don't have to talk about it anymore.
You don't take me on dates anymore. We don't have fun.
We don't have fun anymore.
I just want to go to the movies, but all you're doing is just looking at these clips that make you so
Right?
mad. Right?
Fat and sassy.
All right, so here we go.
So, we
No,
talked a little
no,
bit
I
about
sent you
the
this.
challenge-
You did, and I didn't.
So, we've
I
talked a
don't
little
wanna
bit
do
about
this.
the challenges the
don't.
trans community
Just
is
give-
facing and has faced in the United States. But it's important to remember that the LGBTQ community isn't just a local or national community. We're also a global.
For the record, including the person featured in this video, they all seem like, I'm not being sarcastic, like very well-intentioned individuals. But I do want to point out an inherent flaw in their logic. And a big part of it's one issue in particular, and it's actually not...
mean.
Well, I think I just need to say it. I'm getting some energy out.
Just don't get mad.
This one doesn't make me mad. It just is... It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me mad. You'll see.
Okay.
community. And I have with me Adam Eli, who's the founder of Voices For, to talk a little bit about this global moment in LGBTQ equality. Adam?
Sure. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Adam Eli, and my name is Adam Eli. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a community organizer.
So,
well, I have something to say that I texted you when I sent you this. Going back, correcting yourself, announcing your pronouns, that's great. In theory, that it's nice to tell somebody your pronouns if they're unsure, if they seem unsure of your pronouns, or if you don't present a certain way. But he's, in doing so on this platform, he's alienating quite a few people who need to hear, who should hear this information.
Well, I think on Logo TV, this is
I know it'll never reach my parents. It'll never reach.
No, well, not even that, but like that sort of interjection fits their narrative perfectly. However, if he identifies as male, which he clearly presents as male, why even say anything?
Yeah.
Unless you want to make the point that I am so fucking progressive that this is important for me to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you when you texted this video to me, I said that he's really, really affected. And I don't mean gay affected. I mean, it's an act.
Mm-hmm.
This is so disingenuous to me.
Really?
Because, and again, him making that correction and clearly it being hard to spit out is kind of that thing to me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let me keep going.
In New York City, I advocate for queer people abroad, queer immigrants, and refugees and asylum seekers that are already living in America. Last year, I watched from the safety of my cell phone as reports of LGBTQ persecution spread from Chechnya to all over the world.
Thank you. Okay, good. So we're on the right track. We're on that is something that should be.
I was with him.
We should be talking about that. I mean, that where it's Middle Eastern countries, Chechnya, where these terrible things are happening. That is the conversation that we should be having. And I think that this noise that Trump is creating is a huge distraction from work that we could actually be doing.
Absolutely.
And the last clip that I showed you, why it made me so angry, is this cultivation of fear that is not real. In this country, it is pretty goddamn good to be gay.
Oh, God. Compared to fucking Chechnya.
And what's
he's talking about
difficult from, like, you met my two friends the other day who are older, and they're over 50 and lived in a time where it sucked. And for us to act now that it's the worst time ever to be gay does them a huge disservice.
It's inappropriate. And it's not genuine.
But in other places where they're...
Of course, it sucks in other places.
Terrifying.
Here, compared to, 30 years ago, we're doing pretty fucking good.
Ass. Yeah. So anyway, let's...
Because of similar government-sponsored violence against the Jewish people, my great-grandparents fled Russia and resettled in America in 1906. As a queer third-generation Russian immigrant, I knew it was time to act. This was the moment that they had trained me for in Hebrew school.
The trained smile.
It's tough because...
This was the moment.
How old do you think he is? I don't really know.
Late 20s.
You think so? He seems...
29.
I can't...
Maybe.
I actually had a hard time getting mad at him because he seems so sincere. I don't think...
Of course.
I don't think that this... I do think that him pandering so hard is a bit of an affect because... I have a guess. I think that clearly super Orthodox Jewish. He gets into something later that I do want to talk about concerning that. Family is not cool with this. And so I think that this is an overcorrection a bit, which is okay, but it's interesting that gay voices find this type of person as the voice they want. I don't know if it's because it's safe. I'm so hungry for...
Gosh, me too. I'm starving. What are you hungry for?
For people that just talk more honest. It's less of an affect. It's just who you are. I live my gay life, but it's not terribly important to me. Your identity... Don't use your identity as a weapon because that's what's going to ultimately kill us.
Yeah.
And I think that's why our cause is in a huge slump right now and people aren't terribly interested. Because we started to weaponize everything as hate and homophobia. We would call everything homophobia, and I think that we have ultimately suffered from it. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Cantaloupe.
What?
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
For some reason, it makes you not sneeze and it tortures
Melon.
you. Melons. All right, let's let him keep going.
Was now. In reflecting on the past year, our global community won some big victories, such as marriage equality in Germany and Australia. However, the global LGBT community is in crisis, including here in America.
Wait.
And then that's the thing. Like,
but we can't compare our situation to other crises.
Nope. And again,
globally.
it's the same problem I had with the last clip, where it's this cultivation of fear that is dishonest and unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't think we have it as bad as
not even close.
as any other.
Not even close. And I want to let him get to something else so I can go into, I think, the crux of a lot of this frustration for me.
As Peppermint so eloquently just stated, the trans community continues to face high rates of violence, murder, and is under constant attack from the Trump administration.
Constant attack.
I do I submit to the fact that trans people, I mean, we see these articles all the time. Trans people murdered, trans people missing, I mean, I see where he's coming from there.
I have thoughts.
It makes sense.
I have thoughts about that. I wonder, fuck, this is such a hard thing to say without getting somebody really upset. So I'm trying to choose my words really carefully. I'm going to propose a question. I don't know how much validity this question may have. How many of those trans deaths are related to them maybe being involved in sex work?
I mean,
and then I would like to know the statistics of people who die in the sex work community.
So I don't know proportionately like how many sex workers are trans.
Because the demand is high. I do know that for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I can't argue that. I mean, a lot of trans people may be, or a lot of sex workers may be trans people. And that is in general, that's a very vulnerable thing to seek out somebody who is offering sex as somebody, I mean, not me, but if you're somebody who is seeking out a sex working stranger for sex anonymously, there's something more going on.
Right.
At least that's what I think.
Yeah. With that individual, you mean? I don't think it's necessarily true, but
with the individual seeking it out, I mean,
I don't really agree with that.
Okay, sure,
but it's okay.
But it's a vulnerable thing to have sex with a stranger.
I think I don't agree, but I do think that because it is illegal, the likelihood of something happening clandestinely, meaning you getting hurt, is high because there's going to be nothing public about what you do.
Oh God, yeah.
And so I think that in any scenario in life, if you're alone somewhere, the likelihood of someone preying on you, if they're planning on doing that, is higher with them actually going through with what they want to go through.
A legality is already broken,
right?
So why wouldn't a second one already? I mean,
that's not exactly what I'm saying, but yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, that's where I'm going with what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean, it's illegal.
I'm saying that my point is that I actually wish it was legal, so then this wouldn't be done in the shadows, and I think less people would die. But it's like with drugs. I mean, all these
since
things,
it's illegal, it is done in the shadows, and bad things happen in the shadows.
Yep.
That's a general statement that anybody can get behind, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't go into the woods after dark.
No.
I mean, some people do, idiots, but bad things happen in the shadows.
They do.
I think that's a valid statement.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going with this. It's short.
Trump's bigotry poses a threat to people not only in America, but to queers everywhere. Trump's travel ban impacts our community and can easily double as a list of the world's worst places to be queer. Right now, in this very moment.
I mean, it's just that hyperbole. It's like, and also that conflation with the travel ban, which I think is massively stupid, because places like Saudi Arabia, which are our friends, are where 17 of the hijackers came from.
Oh God, yeah.
But so obviously,
There's so much
the
more
countries that
behind
were
it.
omitted it was so obvious as to why they were omitted. And so why he decided to choose the countries he decided to choose is, I still am yet to understand why that is, and I can't even find any rationale, no matter how hard I try. But then to say that because to conflate that travel ban with this country now being the worst place to be queer is
A lot of them aren't very great to be queer.
no. I think what he was saying is that maybe I think that he's saying that. Well, no, I think most of them it would be terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, most people most of the countries on that list, it would be absolutely terrible to be gay there.
But
Much worse than to be here. Like,
in
than it would be to
saying
be
this,
here.
he's making it appear that the decision of which countries to ban travel from was based on queerness. I think that this juxtaposition is dangerous. Sorry, that's my liberal arts vocabulary. Juxtaposition, inherently, all of those words, very liberal arts college.
Yeah, it's good.
Everybody uses them, and everybody sucks.
Yeah, well, conflate is one of mine.
Conflate.
That's one of my
That's
favorites.
another liberal arts college word.
And clandestine, which I
Clandestine.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I took 2 philosophy classes, and everybody used it at least once. Like every person used inherently at least once in that class.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
Even when it doesn't even make sense.
the one that you want to avoid using in your paper is despite, la la la.
Despite.
Because it's just it starts to your argument starts to look pretentious. I think if you use despite too much. Anyway, there's something I do really want to get to in this, and then we can drop it.
Trump is gambling with the fate of 36,000 queer DACA recipients.
Okay, how did he get that number? That's what I don't understand. How does he know that 36,000? I think there's
Are gay
I think there's 670,000 total.
Maybe he's just taken a general percentage of the the population and applying it to DACA recipients.
Perhaps, but that wouldn't be 10%.
Yeah.
Which is that number, which I actually
It'd be like 20.
I don't believe that percent at all. Like
I don't know.
I'm not a big believer in that 10% is queer thing. But
100% of us in this room, gay, busted. All 3 of us, gay.
Yeah. Good old
Gay.
Adam Eli here. But hang on, because
They're facing possible deportations to countries where they will meet higher rates of violence for being who they are. In the past year alone, hundreds of queer people have been kidnapped, tortured,
They look so
extorted,
bored.
I know.
and murdered.
I feel
in Russia
bad.
And other post.
Oh my God, she's glancing to. She's like, she glanced to the right.
what does that? What does that mean? I know that means something.
Well, she was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She like she's a little bored. She was looking at something else.
She looks a bit unamused as well.
Oh yeah, I was talking about her. She looked to the right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about her.
And then Peppermint. She was a contestant.
Is she
on-
Pepper?
That's
Oh,
Peppermint.
really? Okay.
She was a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race season 8.
She's great. She looks like she could kick my ass.
Oh God, she can.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of her. Let's. God damn it. Okay, there's something I really do want to get to that he says. Hang on.
Soviet countries. In Brazil, conversion therapy is now legal again. Egyptian
sucks.
lawmakers
Oh,
are
yeah.
currently considering what is being called the worst anti-LGBT law in the world. Simply holding a rainbow flag in public could
And who took over Egypt? The Muslim Brotherhood.
land you
Who's
1
in
to
charge of
3
Egypt
years
right
in
now?
It's a big fucking mess. I actually don't know who took over for Gaddafi, but it's one of those things where you have a despot leader, Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, but he's secular, meaning not terribly religious. You kill him, and the vacuum gets filled with uber religious,
Of course.
which is what he's going to get into that I want to talk about.
Oh, maybe I didn't get this far in the video.
We live in a world that is plagued with transphobia and misogyny, and unfortunately, our community is no different. It is unsurprising but devastating that gay men are being placed at the center of today's international crisis. Let me take this moment to be clear about something. Along with gay men, each of these countries is persecuting lesbians, bisexual people, trans people, and anyone who defies the gender binary in any way. Just yesterday, 12 transgender women...
The editing on this is so strange. It needed that. Candy cane.
I think the editor was like, all right, there's too much of Adam's like
soliloquy.
It's it needs breaks in between, of
Yeah.
course. Like with our editing now that we have 2 cameras,
Yeah.
I can jump back and forth
Exactly.
even when I am giving a soliloquy.
Yeah.
I'll jump back to you to look at your reaction. But that was weird. Yeah. Yeah, so the editor is really just trying to do their job. I mean,
I got
because one frame, like one shot for so long, gets so boring, and we see that in movies all the time. If it's the same shot for like more than like 5 seconds, we lose our.
We get uncomfortable, and I think that's what this is too. You're starting to kind of like, because he's reading a script, and you're like, get okay, but hang on.
Were arrested and imprisoned in Indonesia. Reports say their heads were shaved, they were imprisoned, and forced to wear men's clothing as a part of a training on how to be men. What's happening in Indonesia and Chechnya and around the world is not a gay purge. It is an attempt to eradicate any trace of queer existence. No matter how the mainstream media chooses to frame it, we must understand that this issue impacts the entire queer community. The good news is that there are tangible things we can do to help. The first thing we can do to help is protest.
Okay, that's actually something I did want to bring up.
I know you're going to be like, protesting doesn't do shit.
It doesn't. It does not. And so here's when I lost faith in it, was Occupy Wall Street. So when the crash in 2008 happened, I was in the Czech Republic. It happened while I was there. So it went, I think it was 80 Czech crowns to the dollar, and it dropped to 14 almost overnight. My money was worthless overnight when I was there. And when Occupy Wall Street was happening, I was like, fuck these banks, fuck this, let's tear this shit down. And then it turned into a hippie fest where everyone was shitting on Starbucks in their bathrooms. It turned into a fucking mess, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And I think this is what sucks. I had the realization that the only time protest works is if you might die. And if you do, even better, because then you're a martyr. Protests only work if there's a martyr. Yeah.
I won't argue that.
Look at the Women's March. One of the largest, I think, in a few different areas, it was the largest collection of people in history.
I think
what happened?
I think that protest did more to create a sense of unity, but it didn't really do anything for. I mean, legislature. It didn't change anybody's minds.
And again, I think I'm cynical because these empty platitudes, they just don't do anything for me. They don't. I don't have time to burn the calories for them. It's just a waste of time.
Well, gosh, when was it? The 80s? Maybe it was during Nixon or something, when like gay people were dying of AIDS and they were dying on the steps of the Capitol building. Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone died. That makes a big fucking difference. A corpse makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So any of the protests or any of the big events in American history, in Ohio, that student got shot. This is in the 60s. Made a fucking difference because someone fucking died. But if you just get maced and throw rocks at cops, it's not going to make any difference. Anyway, so let me let him get it, because again, he still hasn't.
We're almost at the end, right?
Yeah, he still hasn't gotten to the point.
My experience within this movement has taught me
we're getting close enough
really
to the end where I
works.
can stop it.
Okay.
When a group of people protest outside of a consulate in New York, that government gets a report and will often stave off the abuse for at least a few days.
Stop.
These few
You're
days can save
sipping.
lives.
Simping.
We also most protest at the intersection of our movement. For example, queer Muslims are suffering greatly under this wave of violence. Anyone fighting for LGBTQ rights should be at a no travel ban protest too. Finally, we can support local organizations. Being an immigrant, refugee, or asylum seeker in America is not easy. Being queer makes it even more difficult. All over the country, there are organizations that provide basic needs for immigrants, and if you can't donate money, spending time connecting with your queer family goes a long way in making people feel welcome and heard. This summer, I started a grassroots, nonviolent, direct action activist group called Voices For. We operate on a single founding principle. You mess with one queer, you mess with us all. In the Talmud, an ancient Jewish
Get a little smug smile.
But it's sweet. I mean, I honestly I wanted to be more bothered by this than I was, and I couldn't, because I do think that he is really sincere. But he actually,
you are trying to torture yourself, and when you find that it's not torturous,
because the content,
you actually have a golden heart.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because the content is what frustrates me. But so he did get in the thing we talked over it. So hang on.
You mess with one queer, You mess with us all.
But
In the Talmud, in ancient Jewish scripture, there's a rule. Kol Yisrael avrim ze bazeh. All of Israel is responsible for one another.
how buzz that?
He does have a vocal fry.
But that's not what I was gonna. So, look, in the last decade, I have lightened my stance quite a bit on religion. I consider myself
Interesting.
an atheist. I do not believe in his version of God. May be right. Unlikely, in my opinion, but maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? I think it's equally as egomaniacal for me to say that there is absolutely no God as
Of
it is for him
course.
to say that my version of God is reality. However, in the Quran, in the Talmud, in the Christian Bible, all of it, oil and water with gay people. They do not like us.
Right.
So how and why do they reconcile these two? Like, why are they trying to reconcile these two things? I don't understand it. I don't know.
Well, maybe he's pulling this quote from an important text in his life to apply to.
But clearly his Jewish identity is terribly important to
It
him.
is very important to him.
But equally as important to him as being gay.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating to me. And if you were a gay Muslim, you're out of your goddamn mind. I mean, that is in terms of violent rhetoric, that one takes the cake. I'm sorry. It just does. The Bible has plenty, but in terms of and look, why would you want to, if you're gay, why would you want to intersect with a ideology
that traditionally is
where the fundamentalists of that religion or ideology
don't like you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you need that ideology to derive your morals?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into morality, huh?
I mean, so I really don't. Again, it's kind of on the cusp of things we talked about, where I don't understand why people need to get their morals from religion.
Yeah.
And I respect. I really do actually. If you, the one aspect of religion I do understand is community, but dude, you've got it without Judaism. Clearly, I mean that's kind of the great thing about you clinging on to this identity so hard, is your gayness is a huge community. You're friends with Candy Cane, for fuck's sake.
Peppermint.
What the fuck? What?
Candy cane?
Whatever.
Candy cane, you transphobe.
I'm sorry.
You asshole.
Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't want to I don't want to trash him. I do.
No, of course. I mean, you said it at the very beginning. Their intentions are obviously very, very good.
But I just am so desperate for a more centrist, kind of semi-angry voice amongst these people.
I feel like you just described yourself. You
Maybe.
mad, angry little centrist.
Let me just take a simp.
Gross. This is disgusting. I hope you choke. Out of a straw? What does that taste like?
It tastes like delicious BPA and whiskey.
BPA, what is that?
It's a cancer-causing material in plastic.
What?
All right, let's move into something a little more fun. Thank you, by the way, for letting me rant on that for a moment. I had something I had to get out of my system, and it felt good.
This is becoming therapy for you.
Dude, I told you from the beginning that this was therapy for me. Whether or not it's funny or I'm getting to actually just piss and moan, it works for me either way. Sorry, let me see where we're at.
Ooh, what are we at?
We're at, holy shit, are we at, well, 58 minutes, but that may have, no.
That's okay. No. I mean, like, let's...
All right, I have two, well, let's jump into the two clips real quick.
Yeah, let's go over.
Sorry, I didn't realize how
care.
long I talked. Okay.
We can cut it down.
With more states, as we know, are legalizing marijuana. It's used both for medical and recreational purposes. Doctors are now seeing an influx of patients experiencing some strange behaviors. So have a look at this. With 29 states and the nation's capital legalizing marijuana in some form, the power of the green flower is more popular than ever. But an obscure syndrome making the medical rounds are giving many medical professionals an uneasy feeling. The term SCROMITING is being used for people experiencing cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome.
This growing condition is believed to cause vomiting and screaming in certain individuals.
It's marijuana.
Is it both at the same time?
Same time.
Into the toilet, it echoes back. Your neighbors are gonna think we're dying. They're gonna think we're
Oh,
scromiting.
shit, actually, yeah, I wouldn't get. Anyway, let's continue with it.
With prolonged marijuana
I
use.
need an example.
As more long-term marijuana tests and studies are being done, should we be a little more cannabis cautious?
And this is happening more and more. My friends who practice
Where?
emergency medicine.
That's a good question. I have never in my whole
More
life
and more.
ever witnessed this phenomenon at all. So I don't really know where and why this is happening.
Scromiting.
Scromiting, yes. Anyway, let's.
States that have legalized recreational marijuana started telling me about this more and more because we probably misdiagnosed it at times in the past. Because in the past, you weren't sitting here thinking, well, someone has this intractable vomiting, anti-nausea medicines aren't working.
It's the robot. It's
It
the
is
android.
the robot. I mean, even in like a still frame, I wouldn't know if this was live or still. If this frame, like, if this video was still playing, I'd be like, oh.
What he looks like to
That makes
me
sense.
is that Madame Tussauds just snuck one of the wax figures in. They won't notice.
He won't
They
know.
won't notice this.
Does he blink?
Can we make it articulate? This is very important. And you know this guy has Ken parts for sure.
His mound?
Sci-fi, sexy kind of like look.
He does look like a sci-fi kind of like sexy kind of like look.
He's a hot
Future.
old man.
He is.
But it's because he is like that's not his hair. I don't know if that's like
It's a lace front.
I think so.
It might be.
Do you kind of see it?
Yeah, I do actually.
Huh. There's something going on there. Anyway, I mean, he's working really hard, that's for sure.
He looks great, but he's on TV, so he has to look this way.
Oh my goodness! Applause!
So proud of you.
Yeah. All right.
It's not like we were immediately thinking, well, could be marijuana. But then
Arizona.
then we're at this place now where since a warm shower helps, if someone uses marijuana and has used it for a long period of time and a warm shower helps this, you kind of have your diagnosis.
Yeah.
But did you learn about this in med school? Because I certainly didn't.
Yeah, well,
Wait, what about a warm shower? Did I miss something?
I guess that's how you cure scromiting.
Well, but so you
scromit into the shower,
or you smoke weed and then you take a hot shower and then you won't scromit,
and then you get scromit. I don't know.
So
they didn't explain.
Yeah,
it
well, they need to
very
explain
well.
what possibly causes scromiting. I think that's really important.
I think part of it is that we're seeing this more and more because it requires
so pretty.
long-term use to actually see
Yeah.
this syndrome. So on average, people
Yeah.
have to have been.
Do you not think so?
She just. I want to.
I mean, all four of them are gorgeous.
When
Well,
I
they have
see,
to be.
When I see hot women like that, it's just my brain just goes, girl.
Misogyny. Oh,
Well, that too, Sean. But also I see girl. Vaguely ethnic girl. That's what I see.
what do you mean you see girl as if she's underage?
No. Woman. I mean, whatever. It just the Encyclopedia Britannica pops
It's
up.
just girl.
And there's a picture of her.
Girl.
Yeah. My I feel no emotions or my sex parts don't do anything. I just go, girl.
Wow. It's a little sad that you just can't appreciate beauty like I can.
Right?
Okay. Let's move on.
Using marijuana for 3 to 4 years, and usually smoking 3 to 5 times a day. So,
Whoa.
so that's quite a
I mean-
lot. That's a lot of.
I mean, I have a very close acquaintance that smokes that many, more than that in dabs in a day.
That many doinks.
Doinks.
Yoinks.
Couple doinks in a day.
Syndrome, CHS, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a-
cannabinoid hyperemesis, which just means over vomiting. syndrome.
Yeah, the thought is that it acts on your hypothalamus, which regulates
Wait, did you just see his eyes?
Wait, did they do the lizard thing?
They did, not lizard, but they kind of they got freaky. Hang on.
Means over vomiting syndrome.
Yeah, the thought is that it acts on your hypothalamus, which
He didn't blink. Okay.
regulates your digestion and your body temperature, and
Your
that's
body
why the
temperature,
shower
that may
helps.
explain why taking that warm shower may somehow counteract. I mean, we
It's
know that.
still not well understood, and I will say the overuse of almost anything, you're
That was an
gonna probably end up
alligator
having
blink.
problem.
Oh, where it's like, no one will notice.
And since this is in chronic users who are using quite a bit, I think we're
Chronic
seeing
users,
what
bro.
Chronic user
happens. And the good news here is if you stop using, it should theoretically get better over time. But
I need to meet somebody who scromits. This is now a life goal of mine.
Maybe this is like a synthetic weed thing. That would make sense to me.
But they didn't. No, because he said it's cannabinoids. So this is actual weed.
Interesting.
Yeah, if it was like that spice stuff, then for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, did they have anybody on the show who scromits?
man, this is, I mean,
I don't
this
think
is
so.
legit big time, intractable vomiting.
I found this clip and I was telling you because I was at the gym and then I just see scromiting on the TV.
So this is recent?
Yeah. This is on, like on at the gym TV maybe a week ago. Yeah, I dropped it right into my podcast folder on YouTube. Boop.
And this isn't, oh, I have an upset tummy from using marijuana. And the screaming part, I haven't seen it, I haven't heard of it, but apparently...
Because I don't think it exists. I think you have made this up.
Did you see marijuana causes scromiting?
Scromiting.
That's titled like a YouTube title. Like
Yeah.
a YouTube clickbait. I got married in Vegas.
Hey parents, are you keeping an eye on your kids? They may be scromiting. Have you heard screaming from the bathroom? It's probably because of marijuana. Scromiting.
I think if I heard my kid screaming into the toilet, I'd be a bit. I wouldn't think it was weed. I would just call it. I'd take him to the ER.
My son's screaming. He's smoking weed.
That's not my first stop. Not my first
That's
thought.
why they call it scromiting.
Well, I mean, a lot of times if you're vomiting a lot, you will start screaming
You
like,
will.
enough!
And I think that makes
She agrees. She's like, I'm definitely. I'm scromiting.
Enough. Yeah.
And she's like,
She's
high
high
right
as
now. Yeah, she gets it. You go, girl.
maybe this was, we're saying that we're seeing it more, but I think maybe we are just recognizing it more.
Yes,
like
you're
you
right.
said, Travis,
You're right.
Because, 10 years ago, people, they were still smoking marijuana 3 to 5 times a day, to be honest. It's just that it wasn't necessarily legal. We weren't talking about it as much.
We get it.
Yeah. She's really pretty too.
They're all a very strangely attractive bunch, but I think those are faces for TV. And
Scromiting in all caps.
some have faces for radio. Marijuana causes scromiting? Exclamation. All right, I want to do one more clip. This one I'm very excited to show you.
Have I seen it?
No.
Ooh.
No, this one was one.
Let's go out with a bang.
So do you remember the shake weight?
I do.
This is the new one. But
What?
This is better. This is better.
Oh God.
You know it. If you want that toned, tight, lifted butt and sexy, shapely legs, there's no better exercise than a squat. But squats are tough to do.
They're tough.
And can be
They're hard.
So
on
tough.
Your knees and joints.
Oh, your knees and your joints?
wonder
You're 20 years
do
old.
them right.
What if there was a way you could get all
What
the
if?
booty and body shaping benefits of squats without the strain
Who
and
needs
stress? Introducing the revolutionary Squat Magic from New Image, the first fitness machine ever to help you master the king of exercises and get all the benefits of squats without the struggle.
Squat Magic will be your butt transforming secret. The results you'll see are amazing.
There's no way. There's no way they did not think that was incredibly phallic, Look, it looks like a dick going in her butt.
So look at, because when you see the seat, it's not as bad, but they purposefully do the angles so you don't see the seat.
The secret
Watch.
of Squat Magic is its patent-pending squat assistive technology and unique tilt
Unique.
feature. Just sit down and squat. The precision-engineered assistive technology literally guides you into the perfect squat form and technique. It supports you on the downward motion and then gently and smoothly propels you back.
Look at that natural bend that it has.
Yeah.
It has some veins or cords.
So what do you in the creative design room for this particular project or product rather?
They couldn't have made it like a stool, but it's too small. It if the seat were a little bigger, I would not think it looked like a penis. You think it looks like a penis, right?
Yeah. I think that's kind of what that's what they're going for here. It's very similar to the shake weight coming in your face. This is now just the shake weight fucking you in the ass.
It's kind of hot. You could do both at the same time. Oh,
and I feel like this is working on a very particular type of squat for a very particular type of activity.
Why'd you get all quiet?
Because
effectively reducing your body weight, so there's no strain
Oh,
on your joints,
yeah.
knees, or lower back. With squat.
What if you're the actor that did this? Is this?
They probably think they're just working out.
They know.
I don't know.
They know.
I don't know. Where did you find this?
I'm trying to think where I found it.
Oh God.
I don't know, but I got really excited when I did find
Magic.
It.
Magic, you'll do perfect squats with perfect.
Look at her face.
She looks so uncomfortable.
Well, I think because they
Magic,
know,
you'll
like
do
she knows for
perfect
sure.
squats.
Oh yeah, and of course they have like these hot girls, like these hot fit girls doing this. Of course,
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, that's sexual, and then it went viral. This is perfect marketing. Perfect marketing.
I don't think it did.
Oh,
I think I was actually like I guarantee you, you're going to see more of this because
in like a week.
Because I don't really think anyone seemed to notice how peculiar it was, except for me. And maybe I'm seeing something that isn't here. But you knew why it was funny immediately, right?
Yes.
But I did
God, that
frame it
first
in the
shot.
shake weight frame, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I kind of maybe set your mind in motion, but.
With perfect tempo every time with no trouble. You'll feel totally comfortable, stable.
See, but here's the thing too: is this
she's
is a woman
cute.
that probably would need some assistance squatting.
Yeah.
That's the demographic.
Mhm.
The 20-year-old, if she's having knee problems, just don't
She's
stop
got big-
working out. Yeah, because it's not. You're gonna be dead soon. This lady, same issue, but should be using not this useless piece of shit, but maybe some kind of
Maybe like a trainer.
that would work. Yeah, or a guided squat, maybe a squat machine. Is this what I love about things like this too? Is this assumption that you're going to do this at home, which you won't.
Oh, of course not.
You're not going to do squats.
This
at
would
home.
sit in the corner of my bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
I do it once, and then I'd be like, oh, just do it tomorrow.
I'll toss it next to my dusty yoga mat, whatever the horse shit I never use.
And balanced. You'll work an incredible 5 major muscle
Wow.
groups. You'll instantly sculpt.
Yeah,
and
there it is.
your-
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah.
The wide stance.
Yeah. It's. You know.
Oh yeah.
I think if it didn't, because like
it's so fucking hot.
if it didn't have this part here,
Hmm.
like if it was just that was flush with this, I think it would be less weird.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe that's adjustable. What if you just pop this off and just put a little
Nope, don't say it.
put a little something here.
The orange part itself is probably.
Do you think when you pop this off, it's like do you think it's cut or uncut?
Stop. She's writing it right now. Wait till it's off of her. God, you do this every time.
It's actually really difficult to drink hard alcohol at a restaurant.
Really? Yeah. I would not have thought. Actually, no, I I mean, I'm not gonna say that I've been to bars or anything, but I've had
'cause
alcohol
you don't
in-
drink
with straws.
You don't drink ever.
That's why I'm not drinking now.
Yeah, because you don't.
I've never drank.
ever drank.
I'm not old enough.
He's not 21. Yeah, it's never happened.
But it's easy to drink things out of. I think it's easy to drink things out of straws. Maybe it's the size of that straw, and the bendiness of that straw.
The bendiness is really important, though, to show solidarity with my queer brethren.
Your Q brethren.
My Q friends.
I like Q.
And candy cane.
Stop. Peppermint. You're so transphobic. For forgetting her name, that's transphobic.
I kind of like candy cane better.
I'm pretty sure there is a drag queen named
most certainly.
Candy Cane.
Let's just let this.
But shape your legs and tone and strengthen your core.
I've never seen a product.
Stop. Don't. Don't make fun of her.
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling you were, because you paused it right as she started talking. I said, "Oh, did I catch you? Did I catch you red-handed?"
This is something about her getting like deep dick. She's so old and sweet.
Stop! She's not that old.
She's so sweet though.
She can still get deep dicked.
Ooh,
Why
okay.
can't she? I think she can.
I just hope that she's not getting just only deep dick by the squad match. I hope she's getting done by her husband.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyway.
Product out there that works on the target areas of the butt and legs. Like,
Oh.
That's Photoshop.
Yeah, there's no way that's real.
Because it's the same shape. It's just that you just got the cellulite out. Oh, they did a really bad job. You can kind of see where they. Do you see like where the light kind of? I mean, they used white, but you can see that this is not. I don't think this is real either. I think they're both manufactured.
Interesting.
Whatever.
squat magic.
I never thought doing squats would be this easy. I love.
She's going wide stance. That's super wide. Because, like, you would... Okay, vagina question. Would she get stimulation out of this here? Is it like... I know it's, like, here, but, like, it's kind of...
So, yeah, the vagina is a little bit more downward facing.
I know, but...
Than a penis.
No, I know, but this is still too far back.
Yeah. I don't think she would get any sort of...
Just a lovely, lovely taint massage.
I need one of those.
Don't we all?
I did not expect those kind of results. It's incredible.
This is not... The before and afters are not good. Because... Wait.
Legs.
Shit,
like
hang on.
squat.
Whatever. It's a low-impact, calorie-burning, kick-butt workout. There's no
Steam.
learning.
Yeah, I know.
Squat Magic comes ready assembled, so you'll get in your...
So aggressive.
It's just so shameless. I just like...
Your burn zone and start feeling and seeing results instantly.
Dude. There are no... And then also notice there are no men in this commercial.
Of course not.
Neither in the shake weight one either.
Duh.
Jerk your man off to completion. It's just like... It's just like ugh. But this one's now... I don't know, cowgirl ride him to completion.
It's practice.
Yeah, which is important. Practice makes perfect.
Plus, you'll be amazed at the variety of squats you can do, all on one
Oh, there you go.
portable machine in the comfort of your own home.
If you want that,
Oh.
Harlan Post.
That's absolutely the name of a journalism site.
Sounds like a band.
Harlan Post?
Yeah.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
or like it's like a band from Portland. They're like we kind of sound like Back to Marco, but we're different. You know.
Yeah.
We're Harlan Post.
He's a celebrity trainer.
Does that mean he trains celebrities, or he's famous? He's a trainer.
I think he's a famous trainer among the Dick Squat. What is it? Squat Magic.
I think it's called a dick squat.
Okay.
or you want those legs, a toned core, or you want increased strength or mobility, Squat Magic is a great way to go.
Great butts come to those who squat. Now, with Squat Magic, you'll
Who
finally...
was the guy doing the VO on this?
Squat Magic.
He's English. It's Squat Magic. He's just some like obese dude sitting in his little studio. You do the dick squats.
Why?
Get that firm, rounded butt and lean, shapely legs. With its different resistance levels and low-impact technology, it's the perfect exercise for all ages and fitness levels.
I felt the big changes in my legs and in my butt almost instantly, like day one. I'm sculpting.
She had some really serious eyelashes going on.
Yeah.
In my legs and in my butt almost instantly.
Yes.
Little clumpy. Little clumpy.
Whoa. Are you wearing fake eyelashes? Oh, I don't think so.
No, I don't have to wear fake eyelashes because I'm a man and ours are genetically longer than women's. So
that's kind of fucked. Like, why?
It is a real weird cosmic joke. Yeah, it's true though.
Maybe God's just playing a joke on us.
Yeah.
And now you have a reason to believe.
Yeah, perhaps.
He's a funny guy. I think if you just let him into your heart.
How dare you assume their gender? Sean.
Like day one. I'm sculpting, I'm firming, I'm toning, I'm about to get this body. This is the toning machine.
Bitch, I love her.
Want. Sign me up. I want 12.
I love her too.
This is
I
why
want
you
12
squat.
dicks.
Now you can master the squat with Squat Magic.
This commercial's
the
so
ultimate
long.
I think it's almost done. It's like borderline infomercial. But it just keeps getting better.
Bitch, I'm about to get one myself, she said.
You want one?
Yes.
I'll get you one.
No, we can. I don't need one.
You're the best.
And lower body toning and shaping sensation.
There we go.
That was good.
Yeah. Well, I think that should tie this up with a neat little bow. This is a roller coaster of emotions, this podcast.
Yeah, you were mad.
Well, no.
Angry.
Hang on. So we started with our sweet, adorable Southern lady.
Fat and sassy.
Fat and sassy.
Fat and sassy.
You remembered that one.
Some soups.
And then we went to, well, number one, then we had camera difficulties, which I'm very sorry about.
Hopefully that's not too bad.
It'll be a little frustrating in the beginning there. I'm really hoping we get a few things, but we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to really angry at how just atrociously unfunny Comedy Central has become.
Yeah.
You're still, I think, more I wish I had a better word than liberal. I really don't. You're more liberal than me, I think. But do you think? What do you think?
I don't support that. I don't. But of course, I'm still liberal in a sense.
Yeah. Well, I am too. I just want them to be better.
Yeah, that's a valid request for people who are acting as pillars of this community, or wanting to be, or like creating themselves to be pillars of this community.
Mm-hmm.
They should be better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't torture myself.
Yeah. No. I'm a very good.
You love torture.
Self-flagellator.
Self-flatulator.
Flagellated. Flagellation. I've done a pretty good job on this.
Oh God. That's so disgusting.
That, and then we had the fuck you in the ass machine, which was pretty neat. So I think we kind of did like a good.
We had a roller coaster.
A good gamut of things.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that on episode 4 we've gotten this deep.
Yeah, I think so too. Deep, metaphorically and literally.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe the real treasure all along was the lessons we learned along the way.
Maybe. Shunk my corn.
Why every time?